What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ansel Armstrong back again today with another Market Monday. Taking a look at what's going on in MLB The Show 20 this week. The playoffs are in full swing, so is content here. MLB The Show, even though it's October, we're still bumping it out with content. It's having a lot of effects on the market. So if you're looking to make some stubs, looking to make some moves this week, we'll talk about what's going on. No crazy big programs or content drops this week though. So if you have any questions about the market, definitely feel free to hit me up down in the comment section below. Kind of use it a little bit as a Q&A section. You can also hit me up on Twitter as well, or live on Twitch. You can hit me up with any questions about MLB The Show, sports, market, whatever, on those platforms. Linked all that down in the description below. But let's take a look at what's going on with MLB The Show this week. What's happening with the market, and one kind of risky, kind of big investment play that I'm looking at here. So as we are looking at what's going on, we can see the new flawless reward coming tomorrow. We got a hint on Twitter today from SDS that it is not John Smoltz. That's about all we know about the card. Honestly, I think it's some big brain trolling there, and it's actually going to be another Brave, not John Smoltz, but Chipper Jones. I'm thinking we're getting 6 series Chipper here. A lot of people not going to be happy about that because he will be a million stubs. You will have to spend a full million to get him, but that's my prediction here out the gate. And then of course we have the new postseason event, so potentially some changes in the market from people picking up some postseason cards. Maybe those face of the franchise guys who are prestigiable, flashbacks and legends from those championship series teams. Rays, Astros, Braves, Dodgers, but overall probably not too much going on that front. And then of course we have the player program on the 16th 99 overall flashback, along with your 9th inning star. So no conquest tied to this, which is really where we see the major shifts in the market happen. But we do have the 99 overall flashback. I've heard some rumors that it is going to be a Joey Votto, so maybe a little uptick in Reds players or first baseman. Probably not enough to go out and invest in, but they would be needed for a potential exchange if it does happen to be Joey Votto. So keep that in mind. If you have some of those cards to sell, maybe not a bad idea to wait until the 16th. See if that affects that. They go up a couple hundred subs here, help you really maximize your return. And then of course on the 14th, we skipped over this one because it's probably the most important thing we're going to talk about today. That is the division series pack is coming. Let's take a look, a broader look kind of at the postseason collection, the cards, what they're doing in the market, and what I'm kind of looking at with those, and what the plan may be moving forward. So here we are, we're looking at the postseason collection right now. There are 16 cards, one for every team that made the wild card round that we had. And then of course you can get up to 8 of them, 4 each from AL, 4 from the NL, from those packs, from doing those moments. So really easy to do. Definitely go through and do those. And as we look at this, we can see this says collect flashbacks from the 2020 postseason series turn stubs, XP, and exclusive player items to be added later. So to me, that's saying naturally that we're going to be having some big time juice cards as part of this program later on, and it's going to be more specifically a part of this collection. So I think when you compare it to kind of, these are like the tops now for the player of the month. I think the only difference would be with the player of the month program that we've seen from the last 2 months. If you do all your tops now and keep those cards through the player of the month program, and then you get the free tops now packs through those, you get enough cards to have that collection knocked out without having to buy any of them outright, unless of course you sold them. Honestly, I feel like for this one, they're not necessarily going to do that. Now they could lower the amount that you need. Of course, right now we have 16. The collection only goes up to 20. I'd imagine that we are getting another 8 in the division series pack on Wednesday, followed by 4 in the championship series pack, 2 in the World Series pack, and then you are gonna collect a certain number of those and get your World Series MVP. Personally, for me, I think it's gonna be all of them. So let's take a look at some of these cards and look at what their market's been doing. We'll just start here. Tyler Duffy, you can see in the marketplace, been holding decently steady around that 18K, but even still, they've jumped up a little bit from that, out of 29K by now, 25K. He's holding that 26K right now. Honestly, it's not a bad little flip. So I don't think there's a ton of risk in going out and picking these up. Obviously risk if you're putting out 20K, there's going to be some, but You buy this card for 21K, you can turn around and worst case flip it for 26K, make some subs back. But just imagine what these cards could potentially do if they're all needed for collection. Let's take a look at somebody a little bit further down. We'll look at Max here. He's holding around that 24K mark. Look at Grandal, probably one of the more popular options, around 28K. He's actually way up today from where he has been, closer to where he was over on the weekend. A lot of these postseason cards seem to be a little bit down in price today compared to where they have been. You can see guy like Chris Bassett peaked around 27K, 29K still right now, but that sell now a little bit right around 20K. So a lot of fluctuation with these cards, as we can see, but overall I don't think they're bad investments. I'm personally not going to throw just a ton of stubs into these because, again, there is risk in it. There is definitely inherent risk, but at minimum I'm going to be going through and picking up one of each of these to have in my collection, so I'm ready to go come that major collection. Now, of course, down the line as we move on, I would be very shocked if we don't get more of these packs in some form or fashion. You don't get more wild card, division series, champion series, world series packs in some form or fashion in a conquest map or whatnot. But if you're investing in these guys for right now and you're able to be on and sell them as soon as the collection for this opens up and has that world series MVP in there, I think these guys' prices could be spiking majorly. As a comparison, let's take a look at some of the September tops now, guys. Again, essentially the same thing. The tops now packs are pretty similar to what these postseason packs are. Same format, choice pack, do moments to get them, leads to a collection. We'll take a look here. Let's look at Adam Duvall. You can see on that 9th, a little bit before his price peaked, up to 21K buy now price, and you could buy him that week before for 10K, so pretty much doubling your subs. And of course, he's then gone down significantly since, because you get so many of those free packs through the program. But as all these people are trying to complete that program, day one, you can see Buxton actually hasn't crashed, as everybody just wants Buxton because, well, let's be honest, he's an absolute glitch in the game. Look at somebody like Tyler Stevenson, another guy who's continued to go up. Some of these lower level ones here from earlier on in the month, again, you can see that peak there a couple days right at when that player of the month program dropped, peaking up north of 20K, now down to 15, 10K, even got around to like 8,800 a couple days ago. So you can see if these postseason cards follow a similar trajectory, these player of the month cards, I think they're just going to keep on going upwards and upwards and upwards until a potential program hits that gives those packs out, or they're needed for collection, and at which point they'll probably start to go down a little bit if they're given out for free, or if it leads to a crazy card and there's no more ways to get those, then they're gonna just go up exponentially. You can see some of these cards have continued to rise, or at worst have peaked well above their price a couple days before. I think a similar prediction, similar trend line we could be seeing with the postseason cards. Now, one more thing I do want to point out here. If you didn't know, these collections have expanded. So all of these collections for veteran, for prestige, breakout, prospects, even tops now, postseason, signature, future stars, prime awards, rookie, etc., etc., etc. These have all expanded. So be sure you go through, and if you have if you have 10 prestige cards that these already locked in, you can't sell them, go ahead and collect that, get your ball and bundle there. Similar if you have a ton of signature cards or something like those, and you either have no desire to sell them, or you already have so many of them already locked into a collection, go ahead and exchange those. Go ahead and lock those in, double dip on your rewards, get those ball and bundles, some stubs, some XP back if you're still working on the prestige XP reward path. But most importantly, if you have stuff to sell, definitely come through and look and see if you have any of these cards, as they have gone up in price now that more people are needing them for collections. People want to go through, get those ball and bundles. Just the other day, from the flash sale headliner, I pulled this Cy Young. Thinking, man, that was a pretty trash pull. He was selling for like 6K at the time, selling for 24K right now. You can see that market trend line. He was selling around 6K. Then that collection dropped. Veteran collections expanded. He's selling for 26K. So if you have some of these you've been sitting on and you're looking to sell just some random cards, definitely go through and do that, or at least go through and do some collections with all the cards that you have locked in. Get some packs back from that. That does do it for today's video. Again, we're looking at those postseason cards. I think those are a great investment right now. I'm gonna be going through, probably putting some stubs into those tonight live on Twitch, link down in the description below. We're grinding for that Goose Gossage event card. He's still selling for like 300K, something ridiculous like that. I'm trying to pick him up, either sell them, flip them, or add them into my pin. So definitely be sure to check that out and hit me up with any market questions you have while we're live. We can go through, we can look at the market, we can look at cards, we can chat about things. I'll be keeping up with the championship series games going on as well, kind of live talking through those. If you enjoyed this video and you want to continue to see more market tips and tricks, how to get subs even as the game winds down, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe and let me know that you're wanting to see more of these, and we'll keep bumping these out as long as somebody out there is getting some use out of these and making some stubs and still going through, if they're still trying to do Trout, Mantle, trying to save up subs for a potential Chipper Jones BR reward, whatever it is. As long as we're doing that, we'll definitely keep bumping these out. Until next time though, I'll catch y'all around.